Welcome to Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee here on Bernie Radio 103.9 FM. It's brought to you by my favorite service company, myfavoriteservicecompany.com. Jacob McBee, you're the host, you're the founder, you're the president. Where have you been?
Been busy. We've been busy. It's hot out there. We've been taking care of lots of customers, solving lots of problems, and helping a lot of people out. So we've been having fun and working a lot.
This is a radio show and a podcast, but we're also videotaping this. It's on YouTube. And nice tan, my friend. You're a guy who's not behind the desk pushing papers and answering the phone and all that kind of stuff there. You are in the field, man, and I totally respect that about you.
Yeah, thank you.
So again, it's August.
Yeah, it's August. So we, we all carry extra shirts in the trucks because we get them pretty wet and sweaty out there, but we like to stay clean and fresh for the next customer. But yeah, absolutely. We're out there. We're working a lot. We're staying busy. We're having fun, and we're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And, like we've said so many times before, the entirety of what we do is to get out there and solve customers' problems, make them happy, comfortable, and feel safe in their home.
Very nice, very nice. And you have a different hat every time I see you now, so you get the whole wardrobe.
Well, we got three or four color variations. We'd like more, but unfortunately, right now, along with so many other things, we could all probably relate to. The COVID, I guess, has put everything behind in production. So yeah. I've got many more in order, and as soon as I get there, I'll get you some more.
You need to have your own gift shop in the lobby of the My Favorite Service Company store. I'm just saying.
Let's do it.
But you mentioned COVID, and let's just go ahead and go there. In this world where, man, I think COVID's making this rebound, and people are, again, protecting themselves. Your name of your company is called My Favorite Company. The name of your company is called My Favorite Service Company, Air Conditioning and Heating and Air Quality.
Right.
And air quality is a big part of our health.
Yes.
And so
very much.
And so part of that, let's just talk about air quality and what you bring to the table.
Absolutely. So your home health, your air conditioner in your home is meant to not only condition the air for you, but also to clean it, sanitize it, keep it fresh, clean, and healthy for you. Excuse me. And it's very important to think about those things because inside of our homes, it's closed in, and we're recycling that same air over and over and over again. In many cases, that air can become a little bit stale, a little bit sick, and a little bit dirty. In some cases, worse than others. And so what we always like to do is go in there and test it, check it, verify it, and then if necessary, give you some solutions to take care of that for you. And as always, if you choose not to do anything, well, I guess that's perfectly fine too, but our job is to make sure that you know. And we do that by using tools and equipment and verifying through third parties exactly where things stand. I brought some of the tools here with us today. You can see this one, it's sitting here and it's measuring exactly what the quality of the air is. It tells us the CO2.
Right now?
Yeah, it tells us CO2, it tells us the humidity, it tells us the temperature. It tells you 3 different counts of different particulates that are in the air. So we know exactly what the home health is. And as we measure this, if it begins to get bad, it will actually tell us that we're going into levels that are unsafe. And we have different charts we can refer to allow you to see those things. And so these things are calibrated at least every 6 months. Sometimes we calibrate them more often, but they actually will tell us when they need to be calibrated, and we continuously do that. So it's not just a tool we pull out of our pocket and it's smoke and mirrors or something to that effect. These are high quality, expensive tools that we invest in so that we can know exactly where you stand or where your home stands as far as the quality of the air in your home. And that's extremely important.
Hey, we're at the Bevy Hotel, so just looking at the numbers there, is the Bevy Hotel doing
The Bevy
all right?
Hotel is in good shape.
Yeah, good, safe place to be. And we're very happy. We're grateful that they've let us broadcast from here.
Very much.
Right here in Boerne, Texas there. Can I get one of those? How much do one of these cost? Can I ask? No, you can't say.
So the tool itself is very expensive. And yes, you could obviously get one yourself, but why would you buy it if we come out and take care of it for you at no charge?
So, very nice. And you'll just come out and check it out.
Yeah, that's, second opinions and estimates are always free. And when we're doing our services, if we come out to your house to provide maintenance or general service, we do these inspections every single time. This isn't something we do only because, hey, you're having a sniffle and you've asked us to. We do it every time because it's our job, again, to verify these things for you and help you understand. Your house is really good. It's doing okay. Air quality is okay. Everything is in good shape. And/or hey, there's some things that we might need to talk about or note, if not for right now, just for in the future. It's nothing but knowledge for you because that knowledge is power.
So you come over to do the inspection, and I think we're talking about the duct work here where, boy, you see those pictures of those dusty, dirty ducts, and you see that sign at the street light there, and someone takes a yard sign and flips it upside down and writes in Sharpie, we'll clean your ducts, and here's a phone number.
Right.
I have a feeling that you do that a little better maybe than that guy?
I don't know exactly how they do it, but but what I can
Well, how
say
do you do it?
is we've done a lot of research. We've looked at all the equipment out there. We've looked at all the opportunities and all the options. And what we've done is chosen the products that we, one, felt were the best, and then two, went through and either tested personally or went through and tested with the providers or manufacturers of those products. And we picked the products that we felt were the very best. And so duct cleaning is extremely important. So, it's not something that everybody has to do, and it's not something you have to do all the time. But it's certainly something we need to
5 years?
test and verify. It's going to vary.
Every year?
Every house is going to vary. It depends on how leaky the ductwork is, how good your filtration is. There's many variables that come into play there. Hopefully, our goal is so that we go in there and we test it. If it needs to be cleaned, we can clean it, and then we can give you options to keep it clean, safe, healthy, fresh, and sanitized. But sometimes that's not an option because those choices can be a little bit more expensive. You can't pull the entire air conditioner out just to put the correct filtering and all these other things in sometimes for the good HEPA filters. And so in many cases, we can. In some cases, we can't. And those things just vary. And depending on what the different cases are will depend on how often you need to get it cleaned. But, on the duct cleaning itself, there's multiple ways to do it. There's two primary ways that you really need to know about. And so one is a negative pressure system. That's basically a giant vacuum that you hook up to one central area in the duct system or in the air conditioning system.
Do you have one of those here today?
I do not have one of those. Those vary, some of them are, you've seen maybe commercials or ads, or if you're old enough to remember like us, the Yellow Page ads, and they have the truck with the big
the big
balloons coming out the top. So that's one option. And that's a good option. That's something that will definitely clean the ductwork for you. And the other one is a contact push-pull method. The contact push-pull method is a very good option also. The difference between the two is the first one that we mentioned is only good for some systems. The second is good and okay for all systems. And so there's many commercial applications and there's many residential applications that the first one doesn't work as good because you're going to agitate things inside that ductwork. They're going to cause adverse damage. They're going to cause that ductwork to start to deteriorate or fall apart inside, and then you're not going to have something else to worry about. So the contact push-pull method, which is what we use, does not have that, doesn't cause that problem. And so keep in mind there's two options, and both are going to clean the ductwork depending on your ductwork. For example, if you have a fiberglass ductboard plenum, which is probably 90+% of every system in our area, and a flex duct, then that first method may not be your best option. In many cases, it can cause other damage. And the second option is going to always be your best option. And it's also the same option that's approved and okay to use in many of the government projects we've definitely been a part of here lately, and going in and cleaning some of these military bases and things like that. With COVID going on, these places are requiring it more often. So
really?
we've been doing a lot of bids on these types of projects, and our method is approved for that.
Well, we love the bevy here, but if you own a hotel yourself, or if you're very conscious of your customers and clients, you're in the commercial business too, not just residential.
Yes.
So you do come out and take care of all that and get up in there. Is there a different level of cleanliness service that you offer? Is there like just a basic, just suck it out one time, or do y'all get in there with a Windex and go around the edges?
So yeah, the first thing is what you want to do is you want to go there and you want to agitate the product inside of that. You want to get the particles that are stuck to the duct walls, agitate those, loosen those up, and basically break them up. Then after that, you want to remove all that. You want to clean it all out, and that's where you get a vacuum to help to clean all those things out. Of course, with our vacuum, it's not like a little shop vac.
Right.
This is a large, very powerful two-stage motor vacuum that we pull out. It's roughly about 4 foot tall, 2 foot by 2 foot wide. And so we'll connect that to each individual duct. So another thing to keep in mind here and look out for is whenever you're having your duct system cleaned, the first method that we talked about, you get to from one central place. And then that vacuum is supposed to essentially suck the entire system so hard that the entire system is cleaned out, right?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to pull such a vacuum that the entire system is cleaned. And there's some agitation that goes with that. So for ours, we actually enter into every duct in the home, and we clean it through that point. So first step for us is we go in and we take all the grills off, and then we take pictures, duct 1, duct 2, duct 3, and all the way through as to how many ducts you have. Then we go through and we clean each individual one.
Wow.
After we clean each individual one, here's a second option, which you can go in and sanitize, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But after we do that, then we'll go back and we'll show us a second picture, and that's the clean duct. So duct 1. So then you get the before and the after. So you get proof, or you get verification of
Right.
it. The other thing
I've never seen that before, by the way, Jacob McBee.
Okay.
As far as a company providing that service there to show
Yeah.
me, because you just say, "Oh, we'll do it," and they say, "Hey, we did it," and you don't know.
Yeah. So that's a big part. Is we want the proof, and it's that peace of mind that we talk about on almost all the podcasts. Is whenever you're doing things, you're getting things done by a service company, whether it's us or somebody else, you need proof, you need verification, because you just don't know. And if you're spending money, whether it's $200 or it's $20,000, whatever the case is, that's still your hard-earned money.
Right.
And you need to know that you get what you paid for. You deserve that peace of mind. And so we want to do that on every single one. And the same as, we got this particle counter here. What we're going to do is we're going to test each duct, we're going to test it before, and then after we've cleaned it, we're going to test it again. So you can see, okay, the
Difference.
particulates were at X, and now they're at Y. So you get your before and after pictures plus tests.
Let's take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee right here on Boerne Radio 103.9 FM.
If you like and appreciate the tips and discussions we've had here and feel that's added some value, please go below and hit the like button for us. You'd be doing us a huge favor. In addition, if you'd go below and just make a comment, that's a great gauge for us to continue to bring great trade secrets to you right here on Real Trade Secrets.
And welcome back to Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee. I'm Baron Wiley here on Boerne Radio 103.9 FM. This program is brought to you by my favorite service company, myfavoriteservicecompany.com. Jacob McBee is in the house. We've been talking about duct cleaning, another service that you offer. Just give us a recap of kind of the main services that you offer with My Favorite Service Company.
Yep. So we do all your major repairs, replacements, maintenance, air quality, sanitation, and duct cleaning.
Well, we're focusing on duct cleaning today, and it's a revelation to me on the depth that you go to. It's just not I'm going to hook up my vacuum cleaner and suck out the rim here. You're going to go deep.
Yeah.
And you go far, and you get it done.
Yes, very much so.
And you prove it, though. That's the difference.
It's actually fun. I mean, some of the customers, they follow us to each and every duct, and
Oh, do
so,
they?
So whenever we hook the vacuum to the actual duct itself, we take the grill down, we'll take a picture, we'll show you that. But as we're actually pulling everything out, the cover that we have that goes over the grill to seal that, so that we get the good suction with the vacuum, and then the agitator that goes in there is clear. So you can watch everything coming out.
Oh,
you can
my.
actually sit there and watch it all coming out.
Yeah.
Which some people want to see and some people don't want to see. But you get to really understand just exactly how well the job is being done and how clean we're getting it, or on the other side, how dirty it actually was prior to. And so yeah, that's just it. I say it's fun because some customers really enjoy seeing. It's just a lot of work being done. There's a lot of cleanliness.
I hate to even imagine or ask there, too, but sometimes is there evidence of maybe rodents that have gotten in there? And
Sometimes, but I'd say more cases than not, we had noticed that before, because we're going to do the exterior
I got you.
verification to
You'll
make sure
find
there's
it.
no holes or anything.
Right.
And then usually if we find that, then it's more than likely going to replace that section of ductwork rather than try to clean it. But it's just every instance is different.
Well, it is, and based on the size of your house there, too, I imagine it's the length of time that it takes you to do this. Give me a ballpark of when you come over to clean out my ductwork, what does that look like?
So, of course, when we show up, just as always, we're going to lay down our home protection mats. We're going to put protective mats throughout the entire house. Depending on where things are, we'll also cover the walls to make sure that we're not dropping anything on that. If there's particular items in there that we need to cover up. So protecting the home is very important. So sometimes that's a half-hour process or longer just in itself.
Set it up.
Yeah, just to get everything set and ready, so whenever we go to do the work, we're not making the home dirtier because of the stuff we're pulling out of the ductwork. So a very important process right there. But then after we do that, the cleaning of the ductwork itself, and then if you chose to do the sanitization also, which again we could talk about in a little bit, is probably about 2.5 to 3 hours. And then the cleanup process, assuming that we did all the protective portions on the front side correctly, is usually pretty quick. We'll go through and verify everything's good, tidy everything up, and then we're gone. So you can count on just say 2.5 to 3 hours on average.
Very good, very good. So in that 2 and 3 hour time, I would think that I'm gonna get punched here, price wise. Maybe not, but let's talk about price, because that's price is what what people make their decisions on.
Sure.
But I want to encourage you that no matter what the price, it's my favorite service company, myfavoriteservicecompany.com. You're my guy, and I'm a fan, because I'm not just here on the show because I'm hosting this show. I'm a client.
Right.
I'm a real client, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And I love. Can I just say it? I love you, man. And I
Love you, man.
and the team that he has here, they're just all first class. I consider them friends now, because again, you've been in my house. And I'll just say just real quick, I got my air conditioner replaced, because guess what? It went out in August. And I didn't know this was going to happen, but my favorite service company called me and said, hey, is it okay if we come by? We just want to check on it a few days later to make sure that everything's cool. And I've never had that happen to me before. Have the company come back and super serve like you do. So real trade secrets, folks. This is the real deal. Jacob McBee and My Favorite Service Company. You got a great team, my friend.
Thank you. Thank
Can
you
you
very
brag
much.
on one of your guys just real quick?
Brag on all of them. Let's brag on the entire team, from the ladies in the office that are doing their job there, to the guys that are sweeping the warehouse, to me that's doing whatever's in between, and just everybody. We are all so much on board and just pulling the cart in the same direction. We just all are driven to make sure that from the word go to the end and everything in between, we're doing our very best to serve the customer to the highest level possible. And just like whenever I think it was Garrett followed up with you through a text message.
The man.
And then Cassandra, he said that Cassandra set the call up for him thereafter, so we can just swing by and check on it.
Yeah.
You happen to be home, so why not to go by there and do that? And it turns out everything was running perfectly fine. Just taking the initiative to say, hey, is it okay? And then it's your choice if you'd like us to come by or not. Of course, there's no charge, and it turns out everything was perfectly okay. But it's just taking the initiative to say, hey, how can I serve better? Hey, I'm in the area, I'm in the neighborhood, I'm passing through. Would you mind if I stop by? No, you're busy. That's perfectly fine. Okay. And that's not an every occurrence that we work on somebody's air conditioner to replace it, but it's just something that the people in the company do, because it's our culture. And our culture is to serve to the highest level possible and to do the very best we can. And then at the end of the day, we say, hey, we had a great day today, but what do you think some of the things we could have done better? What are we going to start off with today that we can do a little bit better than we did yesterday?
You're growing the team, I think, right? Are you hiring?
Very much so. We're constantly hiring.
I wouldn't mind working for you if I knew anything about air conditioning and, and heating. But you kind of train as you go too. You're teaching your guys stuff, do stuff all the time.
Yes, we're
New
training. We're
technologies?
training daily. We're constantly training. We're always, either in the office, they're training one-on-one across the conference tables, or we're watching videos. There's many times, in the afternoons. At the beginning, some of the guys kind of look at me silly, like, "What are you sending me a text message at 11 o'clock at night for?" I'll send them like YouTube videos or little sayings, or just inspirational things. It's constant. There's no reason to stop. And for me, it's like if I'm working on the customer's home, it doesn't matter what time of the day or night or whatever it is. You don't stop just because it's whatever time. You do the best no matter what, and you just keep on driving forward.
Amen, amen. All right, so you alluded to it earlier here. Let's get into that there. The sanitation part, the cleanliness. Talk about that.
Yeah.
Go.
Sure. So let's back up just a minute,
Okay.
because there's probably a big question. Everybody's saying, well, just for the duct cleaning itself, for all those things you're doing, the pre-test, the post-test, the pictures before, the pictures after, all the push-pull contact method cleaning, disposal of it all those things, what's the cost? What's the cost? And some people are thinking, it's going to be, a couple $1,000s, and some people are thinking it's going to be a lot less. Factually, it's $695.
Oh.
That covers up to the first 10, including your return air chambers, chases, and ductwork. So essentially, it's $695.
That's great.
Covering up to 10, which is probably the bulk of most houses. There's maybe an extra duct or two, then there's a slight upcharge for that. But of course, no matter what, before we start any job, we always, as you well know, and any customers that have dealt with us up to this point, we don't start any work until we've clarified the exact price. Because once we finish a job, the price we quote on the front side is the price you're paying on the back side.
Wow.
So if we start the job and we missed a duct, we're going to go ahead and take care of it for you. We're not going to charge you extra afterwards. Whatever you get, quoted up front, you sign off on it. That's what you get. that's what you get charged at the end of the job. No questions asked.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer, ladies. And you've got a special offer going on right now this month. Someone wants a new air conditioning unit?
Yes. So it's not even just on the air conditioner. It's actually as low as $500 as far as finance concerned. We have zero interest financing.
I'm interested.
Zero interest, zero payments, and zero obligation. So if you're interested in just seeing what's going on, that's actually not a hard hit on your credit. You call in, it takes about 5 minutes, actually probably less than 5 minutes, 3 minutes on average, and it just pulls a soft inquiry on your credit. It says, would you be qualified? And then it says, yes, you'd probably qualify for between, X number of dollars and whatever. And then if you say, yes, I'd like to go ahead and look at getting the ductwork cleaned or sanitized or replacing the system or whatever the case is, then we can come out, we can give you a firm estimate on it. And then we can say, okay, if you're interested in this is about what your payments would be, and then you can go forward from there. But up to that point, you have zero obligation,
Yeah.
zero interest financing available with zero payments. And then the best part of it is if you qualify all those, it's zero down.
Wow. All right, Jacob, we just got a couple minutes left here. It goes by so fast.
It does.
Can you cover the cleanliness, the sanitation part?
Absolutely. We'll cover it really fast. It's super simple. Basically, we have a very high powerful air-controlled gun that goes into the duct system, and it actually distributes the sanitizing, deodorizing product through the entire duct system as far as 20
Do
feet.
they stink?
No, it deodorizes. Smells good.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have two scents. You can choose your scent. We either have a scent that is more of a minty smell, and then we have a zero scent
All
that
right.
you essentially wouldn't smell.
New car
anything.
smell, right?
Yeah. No, not new car smell. We don't have that. We don't have leather and the cherry blossom and all those. So it's two simple ones, zero or a minty smell, which is a very mild mint. But anyways, we go through and we do every duct just the same as we clean them. So we enter in through the duct at the wall or the ceiling, wherever it may be, and it goes all the way back through the duct system into the main air conditioner itself where it starts. So we come basically from the end to the beginning. And it shoots as far as 20 feet, so we make sure we catch every inch of it. Works very, very well, and to add that on to the initial product is only $240.
Are we done? What else?
That's it. The only thing that I could say other than that is, we could talk about this on the next show. We can wrap this one up. We'll talk about the next show because we just go on and on and on and on. But do you have to clean it every year? How often should you have to clean it? And then what can I do in the meantime to help keep it clean, fresh, healthy, sanitized, things like that. So let's talk about filters,
Okay.
UV lights, ionization, and all the other products out there. Because, hey, if you get on the internet, you say UV lights for your air conditioner, I bet you there's thousands of choices. But not all of them are best for your home, not all are best for your family, and not all fit the application necessary. So there's so many out there. Let's go over that in the next show and kind of really just go over what those options are and maybe even talk about, again, because that's the first question everybody, what kind of money are we talking about? What kind of cost is this going to be? So we can kind of go through that also.
Jacob McBee, thank you so much for your knowledge and for sharing it with us today.
Always my pleasure. It's our greatest pleasure to serve, and I just hope that all this information is very helpful. And if you have extended questions from the shows and listening to this stuff, 830-212-4222, or you can catch me on email, info@myfavoriteservicecompany.com. I'll personally get out there, take a look at it with you, or talk to you on the telephone or via email, and I'll share web links, I'll share pictures, I'll share whatever you need to answer those questions, because it's important that you have the correct answers to the questions you have.